This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, beginning at verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3. For the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? To him that ladeth himself with thick clay. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Koholayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kodash Barakatam. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwath and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations who subscribe to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh South out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, coming with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And basically, Spirit jumped on me to do a video. What I woke up to was this article. I don't know if it's off of RT or off of my Newsbreak app, but talks about the inflation. So that's why I started with this Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Goes into the thick clay. So when you go into that word thick clay, Aptit. So it's Hebrews 56:71, Aptit. And basically goes into heavy debts. You know, so this money system is really, because people don't understand, and these are the thing that Esau doesn't teach you. You know what I mean? Like, when you really take the time to see how this devil did this shit, this system is all set up on. It's a debt system. You know, like look at all these people that basically went to college. Then you had the pandemic happen, and they majored in shit that you can't even do, but you still owe the debt. When you go into the whole system of college, and you have people that do better by just going to get a trade, a skill, as opposed to going to college. Like I went to college, dumbest shit I've ever done, because you got people that take pride in that shit. But like I said again, you got people that ain't gonna even use their degrees. You got people that go learn a trade and actually develop a skill, and are going to be in demand and actually be able to utilize that skill in the times to come. Or, you know what I mean? Like I said, right now, you got people that they don't put such a heavy witchcraft spell, people don't even want to work in a time when you're going to need to be financially, have some kind of financial stability. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, it's all kind of witchcraft going on right now. Why do you think I'm. Hey, anyway. I mean, if you can see it, you can see it. Some people can't see it, some people can. So, anyhow, what do you think that metaverse shit is? This man is about to play God. He about to try and put, and it's so corny too, but it's funny, but it's not. Like, I know people can't wait for this shit. Like, the demon I work with, this nigga up there, yeah, it's gonna be good. Stupid ass nigga, man. Anyhow, Salaki. So, basically, this system is a debt based system. This is not, we're not dealing with the real money. You know, um, and then, like I said, when you go into the understanding of what the beast system gonna be, you can go watch that movie Time. That movie Time with Justin Timberlake. What they're doing over in China right now with that social credit system. basically, if you are like obedient to the government, you'll be rewarded, and if you are considered like a problem, you'll be penalized. So, like, brother, I remember speaking on how you had somebody walking across the street. They caught him walking across the street because you got the AI and all the computer, all the the video surveillance. So they saw him. They was able to read who he was, and they took out the money out of his account before he even crossed the street. This is what's coming. This is what Esau want every crumb. This is and that's so spiritual about Habakkuk because it said he's a proud man. He cannot be satisfied. I'm gonna read that again. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine. Because his wine is his philosophy. And he got you motherfuckers drunk off everybody ain't Salakia, because I am really trying to work on what I let come out of my mouth. A lot of foul stuff can come out of here. But anyhow, he a proud man. Neither he keep him at home because he's always in somebody else's business. That's why he got, there's more American embassies in the world than any other place. Say, who enlargeth his desires hell, and he says death, he cannot be satisfied. He's a carnal man. He's greedy. You know what I mean? I forgot what brother made the statement. They said this man is such a demon, he'll poison the water to sell you a bottle of it. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, and then just a few scriptures jumped in my head immediately. So I think this is off Newsbreak. It's off the Associated Press, though. It says U.S. consumer prices soared 66.2% in past year, most since 1990. So that means the inflation, the interest. That's why goods are beginning to become more expensive. You know. And then you got people that still participating in these pagan holidays. You got people still about to, it's funny because this time of year is three satanic, like this is a very wicked time of the year, put it like that. You got Samhain, of course, and then you got Thanksgiving, then you got Christmas. Call Loyum La Yah Bashim Al Shabashim Chakadas. And then ain't that something? That's Halloween. It says a young consumer looks at a Halloween mask at a Party Center store October 6, 2021 in Miami. Prices for U.S. consumers jumped 6.2% in October compared with a year earlier as surging costs for food, gas, and housing left Americans grappling with the highest inflation rate since 1990. And it's actually the Most High though, you know what I mean? Like it's just Esau, Most High using Esau on the left hand side because at the end of the day, take the time to think about this. If the price of food going up, but housing going up, but heat, the heating bills, the electricity and all that's going up, what is gonna make you make some very very grown people decisions? I remember I watched the movie. A brother put in a group chat. They said a man, I think he was a Moabite or something like that. He sold one of his children so he could feed the rest of them. Decisions like that. Washington. American households have been struggling with accelerating inflation for months. On Wednesday, the government spelled out just how much they have. Prices for U.S. and it's like they being funny too. Prices for U.S. consumers jumped 6.2% in October compared with a year earlier as surging costs for food, gas, and housing left families facing the highest inflation rate since 1990, and it's going to go higher than 1990. It's going to go to the point where it break the system. And the craziest part is I can't remember where I heard all this before, but I knew this before this, how they, I don't know, like I forget where I heard this. I think it's something my father was listening to or something. The year over, so basically what they doing is they trying to break the system, and eventually it's gonna be a crash, and then eventually they're gonna have to come with a new system. When you go into like all the recessions and all these different industrial revolutions, they basically was what's the word? They socially engineered and changed society. So this is the fourth one. That's why you about to come into us. But the thing is this, with this system, they don't feel they need you like that. So they really want to play God, so they're gonna be your provider. When you go into the the elder, well, he one of their heads, so he's an elder to me. The elder Tazawan from the Men of Valor, he said when you go into that word cutting is a covenant. So he wants you to, that's why it's so important for Jake not to actually participate in this because we've already made a covenant with you. How about some y'all shot? Says prices for U.S. consumers jumped 6.2% in October compared with a year earlier. Read all that. The year-over-year increase in the consumer's price index exceeded the 5.4 rise in September. The Labor Department said from September to October, prices jumped. Inflation is eroding. The strong gains in wages and salaries have flowed to America's workers in recent months, but that's not going to matter. I just got to show you how cold the Lord is. I just learned something recently too, but show you how cold the Lord is. I just got a raise at my job. Well, guess what? I don't even see it like that though. I just got paid today. I don't even get paid on Wednesday. I don't know how that happened. I'm looking at the thing. She telling me it's gonna be on here, and I look at it. It's up on there. It's a little bit more, but it's not really nothing on there. You know what I mean? Like, so again, that's the reason why they're giving people $15. Amazon ain't giving you like this good wage. That's because of inflation and all that. That's why people getting paid $500 and $600 a week, but don't have no money at the end of the week because of inflation. The price of living has gone up. They just, and then that's why people so much in debt as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, people getting free money to sit on their ass, but blowing it by renting car. I mean, going to go lease cars and buy cars, but you ain't even got a steady. That's got to be the dumbest shit in the world. You ain't even got a real income. You living off of unemployment. They can get cut at any time, and that's why they did it like that. The Lord messing with you. It says inflation is eroding the strong gains in wages and salaries that have flowed to America's workers in recent months, creating political headaches for the Biden's administration. Congressional Democrats and intensifying pressure on the Federal Reserve. And I read something recently that they said the Federal Reserve said that they thinking because of the fact it's jobs out there, they don't feel they have to keep on stimulating the economy like that. That's why inflation really about to hit. Because now they want their interest. Gotta remember that we're borrowing money. It ain't like people really believe we just print our money. If we printed our money, why the fuck are we in debt? Well, America is in the midst of planning year-end travel, Thanksgiving meals, and holiday gifts. The jump in inflation is making those purchases significantly higher than they were last year. Fueling the spike in prices has been robust consumers' demand, which has run into persistent supply shortages from COVID-related, I didn't mean to say that, but it is what it is, related factory shutdowns in China, Vietnam, and other overseas manufacturers. Ports are bottlenecked with a lack of shipping. And all this is all good game to try and cover them at they sell because basically it's not, I mean, these things, like if you follow economics, these things were meant to happen. That's just like the infrastructure. They have to constantly work on the infrastructure. Our infrastructure is crumbling. That's why they always constantly working on it. A lot of these roads is old, and then the materials they use because it's more so it's not built to last. It's built to make money. So they're constantly keeping everybody working. That's what this is like a what is that called when it's a city of death? I can't think of the name of it right now, but like without like for instance, they need crime in order for they system to work. It'll never be completely peace because in order to pay these police officers and nurses and how they got this system set up to have everything to run, they need crime. They need people to get killed. They need, you know what I mean? Because otherwise, you wouldn't need no police officer. You wouldn't need no nurse. You wouldn't need no doctor. It's a very long article. I'm not about to read all this. I didn't know. I'm already 14 minutes in. It say many Republicans in Congress have blamed President Joe Biden 1.9 million, and right, and then they keep on, like I said, borrowing more money. So, what do you think is going to happen with that? With just using your common sense, 1.9 trillion financial aid package approved in March for intensifying inflation, and that's beautiful. I've read that. That's a spirit because it says all this is going to do is intensify the inflation. It's going to make it worse. The additional stimulus checks and enhanced unemployment aid, they argue, drove demand beyond what the economy could produce. So why'd you do it? And then the funny part is you got states right now still giving out stimuluses. In California, shit, you get the residents getting stimuluses. I remember the brother was telling me this guy we know. I don't know if he a helper. I don't know anything. I would just say this much. He was waiting on that stimulus. Like, we get another one. On Wednesday, Biden visited the port of Baltimore. I say, Lord, keep that stimulus and break this shit. That's my opinion, though. On Wednesday, Biden visited the port of Baltimore to highlight parts of the recently passed infrastructure package that will upgrade capacity at ports, and the administration says help unclog bottlenecks and ultimately reduce inflation. But the thing is this: in order to have them jobs, you're gonna have to be maxed. Can't you see this? You know what I mean? Like, people like, hey, jobs. Because, yeah, that's what he going to do. He about to start creating jobs to work on. They about to hire more truckers and all that. But all them people going to be made sure to have been vaccinated. Inflation hurts Americans' pocketbooks, and reversing this trend is a top priority for me, the president said. Energy costs soared 4.8 just from September to October, and they're going up. That's why they try to use the excuse when they're going to play with the lights. So just imagine you're gonna be paying your light bill, but your light still, you ain't gonna still have power. You paid it though. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be higher. Energy costs soared 4.8 just from September to October, with gasoline, natural gas, and heating oil surging for the same reason that many other commodities have grown more expensive. Demand has risen sharply as Americans are driving and flying more, but supplies haven't kept up. So it's a less of a, and that's what make that's what makes things skyrocket in price, because it's less of a product, where more people is more in demand. Natural gas prices are also surging, and so is heating oil. I just said the Energy Information Administration. Now, mind you, I read somewhere that America is selling a lot of their commodities to other countries. Because we may not produce a lot of like manufacture a lot of goods like we used to back in the day, but we still actually like deal with natural gas. Go and oil and whatnot. Go look up fracking. Why do you think you be having sinkholes? It says economists still expect inflation to slow once supply. Economists, the last thing I heard, they said economists said this is about to be the worst disaster of financial, in the history of the world. Now you talk about economists still expect inflation to slow once supply bottlenecks are cleared and Americans shift more of their consumption back to pre-pandemic norms, which ain't gonna happen though, because they already put it out there that people is something about to happen. So you got people, a lot of people are actually prepping. I came across a nigga woman. She got a channel on YouTube talking about prepping. Yeah, everybody, like I said, the Lord funny, he got everybody in these different spirits. You know what I'm saying? That prepping ain't gonna save you, you know what I mean? So I'm about to, if you would like to read this, you can. You see the article name, U.S. consumer prices soared 6.2 past year. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we dealing with a debt note. It's not real money. Where am I looking for now? This is, so all those that are in love with the system and believe in the system, because this system was based on what they call capitalism. You come here and you can start a business and just make as much money as you possibly can, and you can, and understand that you ain't really even making real money. It's witchcraft. They done tricked you. So for all those that trust in their money, tells you in the book of Jeremiah chapter 17, cursed is the man that trusteth in man. If you trusted in this system, but in that same chapter it says, blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh should be outshine. This is the book of James chapter 5. Let's begin at verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted and your garbage moth eaten. Verse 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And basically, again, like I said, you got people chasing the bag. Like at the end of the day, chasing it tells you in the scriptures that Jake ain't gonna really never have what he's supposed to have. It's like you know, put somebody in a bag with holes in it. That's what Jake always paying for something. You know, then you got Jake that just sold out completely, but for the most part, they talk about with more money, more problems. So why do you think the celebrities be all drugged out? They be high as fuck. They be fucked up because with more money is more problems. And then you just sold your soul to have something over here on top of the fact that, yeah. I remember I was locked up one time and the guy was telling me I grew up with this guy for years. We ain't seen each other like 15 years. Come to find out when I went to jail, he was locked up. So the thing was, I remember he used to say something, you know, he's a wild dude, but wasn't a stupid guy. And he was like, if he was to ever have any money, he would not let anybody know. Why would you do that? Because he was like, but take the time to think about it. When people know you have something, that's when all the demons come. People up in your face. Just because they think you got it. Don't even know your situation. And that's how people act and operate. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the real treasures, it tells you in the scriptures, is this truth. It says, store up your treasures in heaven, where moth, roughly paraphrased, but it cannot be corrupted, basically. I know it's in Matthew. Eh, don't store them up on earth. You know what I mean? And a lot of people is trying to store up treasures on this defiled, polluted place called, in America. The scriptures tell you love not the world or the things that are in the world. Um, got another one. This is a book of no, that ain't it. Ezekiel. That ain't it. Ezekiel. It's a book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. Ezekiel 7 and 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowls, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. I forgot that part was right there. That's deep. Because people more in love with the most, I mean, with this gold and silver and this paper money. They ain't even gold or silver with this paper money than they is with. You got people that love money. Like Mayweather. Like that one rapper. What's that guy name? Black Youngster. When he went to the bank and tried to get 200,000 and they only gave him 100,000. Well, they let him get the 200 and then the police came and then they let him keep 100 of it. That's how you know that was some setup shit. That was some old Illuminati shit. He on a camera petting the money. They looking at, I'm looking at, this nigga got a demon on him. Like, this, money ain't gonna save you in that day. The book of Proverbs tell you that. Let me get it real quick, matter of fact. Proverbs 11. I hate when this phone do this. It's Proverbs 11 and 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. Lord ain't gonna give a fuck about how much money you think you got. He about the dog that at least they got all the money. We'll end it on this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, beginning at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So, the signs, these tokens, prophecies. When the money ain't worth shit, what do you think they about to do? Like I said again, call lawyer blah y'all by Shimmy Al Shah because we have a spiritual eyesight that we can see these things. You know, I was watching the brother Itazawab, the elder brother Itazawab from Men of Valor. He did a video about the meta. He was able to go in there through the spirit and break down certain things that a regular person ain't. I told you, a regular person told me, yeah, that shit gonna be good. I'm like, this nigga stupid as fuck. Yeah, it's gonna be good, but yeah, okay, have fun. That nigga stupid. I mean, like and then the thing is, the Lord kind of funny too. That's why, like, you ain't supposed to really react to certain things carnally, because the Lord will judge somebody that been plaguing you. That's what the scriptures talk about. You know what I mean? Like, the Lord shall recompense. You know what I mean? What he say? Recompense those that trouble you. Roughly paraphrase. I forget how exactly it all goes. Man, the Lord go like all these people that are scoffing and you know what I mean. Like, oh my god. I mean, and the thing is, like that Travis Scott thing was nothing. It's about to be a multitude of demons out here, or some Constantine. And that's the will of Yahweh Shem too. Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifested. You see the end manifest now. You see it appear. And if you can't see it, the Lord don't want you to see it, but to tell you the scriptures, book of Revelations, that all eyes shall see him. So even if you got the blinders on right now, because the angel's blinding you, eventually you're going to see. If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, and to the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Allah Yamla Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Hashem. Double honors to the apostles and to my elders of Great Millstone, the true rulers of all of Yasharala, if you can receive that. Shalom to the Akwat and Yakimater, listening and learning, Lord willingly, this was edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, for whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say shalom. Until next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Mawath Lababal. Shalom.